Hi Pisces, this is your general tarot reading for Pisces Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of August. So Pisces, let's do as we always do. We'll wait on all the right cards and talk about the energies. The energies. And man, Pisces, have you been feeling those energies? It's been weird for you. I know that. I know it's been weird. Because you went to a very hidden and dark place at times. A place, okay, you're not too uncomfortable with what is the 12th house, which is where the lunar eclipse was. But still, even for you, Pisces, who's well able to swim in those hidden depths, this was a bit highly emotional, highly charged, and in some way very, very surprising. And what you might have learned here about yourself, Pisces, is that you might have seen patterns of behavior in yourself where you may have been self-sabotaging your own life, where you may have been sabotaging your own relationships. It's a moment where you kind of see, like a glitch in the system. Aquarius being very technologically minded, very computer minded and so on like that. And then you with the 12th house seeing something very, very, very deep in there. You could have felt that you were running on autopilot in your life or going through your life almost like a machine in a mechanical way. And it's that thing. I'm sorry if this seems strange to you, but this is how it might play out. It's that thing of seeing programming in you. Programming that you may have learned from your childhood, or you may have just picked up along the way. Maybe with the moon there, it could have been programming that you picked up from a female, possibly from your mother or some other female in the family, or something that just stuck with you, and it seems that you've been living that program over and over and over, and it's become a kind of behavioral loop, and you get to see that now, and you're breaking it. It's over. Those deep, very hidden programs in your personality, in your behavior, are now seen, and it's now your gift to be able to, I know I keep saying it, reprogram yourself in a very positive way. If a situation came to you, you might be able to recognize that every time X happens to you, you respond in a same way over and over and over again. Different people, different situations, but the feelings arise, the reaction comes out, and it's the same reaction that you did the other times before. And you're saying, I got to break this, and I can break it. I can, and you most certainly can. Now, that may have given you a lot of cause for confusion and concern, but it's clear that the answers will come to you through the month, Pisces, so don't worry. There may have been moments where you feel that you've gone to the end of a journey of soul searching or deep seeking for something, and now it's like it's over. I got to just go back, reprogram myself so that I can be more practical in this world, in my life, still keep all the wonderful things that I've learned up until now, but maybe use it as a form of service to others. Pisces, it could mean that everything you've experienced in your life, you may have become very knowledgeable about emotional moods or psychological issues that might give you an opportunity to help out. Moon in Aquarius, the humanitarian, always says, take what you know and help people with it. You could start a blog, you could open a forum, you could just open a group, even if it's only a small thing, where you talk about your experience of something very deep, maybe even something occult, something mysterious, something sacred. but certainly something that will be of service to other people. So that might be on your mind this month, Pisces, to do something like that, and it would be worth it. Now, on another note, just to flip it up a bit, there may have been a thing where your wonderful Pisces spidey senses, every time, say, you saw a situation, or particularly a person, the hairs on the back of your neck went up. And something inside of you said, there is something not right here with this person. Or there is something in this situation that we're not getting all the details, we're not getting all the facts. And you've been harboring this for a while. You can sense that you're not, it's like a mood. You know, a mood where somebody is, every time you meet them, that they're, hi, hi, great to meet you, be my friend, and they're all smiles on the outside. But you're not buying it. You're saying, that's not the truth. You're not showing us who you really are. And you've been, as I said, holding on to that thought for a while. And there may have been moments where you might have put it out there and said to people, am I the only one that sees this? Am I the only one that senses this weird thing in this person? And you didn't get many positive answers. And you're saying, I need proof. I need proof that they're maybe shady, or that they're not who they say they are, perhaps. Or this situation is not what it appears to be. There is some undercurrent here that I can feel it. Pisces, you feel it. You feel the undercurrents. And while everybody else is being fooled, they're watching the birdie, you're saying, listen, pay attention. There's an undercurrent of something very wrong with this person, or something very wrong with this situation or this thing. And there may have been a moment at the eclipse time at the end of July where you were perhaps scrolling through the internet, Aquarius technology, or scrolling through some technology, a WhatsApp group or something like that, and you may have seen a truth come out within this situation. Maybe if it's a person, you might have been scrolling, and saw a post and went, whoa, scroll back. But by the time you went to look at it again, it had vanished. And you're saying, no, I've just been validated by the universe that something's not right here. Maybe other people didn't see it because it's been deleted, but I saw it, and the universe is telling me that I can relax, because slowly and surely the truth about some person is going to come out. Now, I know that's very specific. It doesn't have to be a great dramatic thing, but what I'm going to say is this is more of a personal interaction between you and getting real connection with your higher power, where your higher power almost talks to you in a way by sending you a little bit of physical evidence that something's not right. Now, like I said, it may come and then disappear quickly again, but in your head, you're sitting back and going, I knew I was right. I knew I was right. I know there's proof out there. I know I'm right about this. And it takes your mind off it a little bit, because there's a moment where now you're saying, if I saw it, then it's only a matter of time before other people see it. So I know that's quite weird and specific, but it will play out for a lot of you Pisceans. Now, I said to you a few moments ago that these great things that are now closing off for you, periods of confusion, periods of not realizing why you maybe repeat patterns in your life, etc., etc. One of the great things you can do here this month, Pisces, with the Sun in the 6th house and Mercury retrograding in the 6th house, is to go back and remember that thing about service. 6th house is all about serving others. The reason why we do things is to help others. 6th house is to do with organizing, helping things, maybe charities, small local charities. It's to do with pets too. Some of you might get involved in like a pet rescue or an animal shelter or things like that. But It's about service, taking care of somebody who may be very vulnerable, that it seems that only you really understand what they're going through. And for some of you, it could be a situation where they'll only respect you or only talk to you. And so you're stepping up to be of great service to somebody who needs you. So that's a gorgeous energy, Pisces. I love when you're in that zone because you always grasp the absolute essence of what's going on with a person. Other people might say, oh, they need a drink of water, or oh, they need this. You're going, stop. They don't. They just need a bit of quiet and a little bit of time for somebody to talk to them or hold their hand. Or it's just that energy. It's a gentleness that you bring that really now, my love, it's a wonderful time for you to bring that out to other people. And from everything that you have learned, let others benefit from that, okay? 6th house is also to do with your work, your job. You might see some systems improving there. Something is changing. You might have a whole new database system or a whole new way of doing things. You may be looking into a lot of details in how to include a new operating system into the work that you're doing, or bring in extra technology that helps you in your career or in your work life. But certainly things are going very well for you this month in terms of work, organising, structuring things. You're going to be very highly efficient this month, Pisces, and you'll be putting a lot of time, energy and effort into the things that you're doing, into the work that you're doing. There's an element here too of saying, recognize how some of those patterns of behaviour that we spoke about previously, sorry Pisces, it's quite dry in the room here, sorry. Notice how that some of the patterns of behaviour that you've fallen into may have contributed a little bit to some bad health. I'm not saying anything serious, but there's a moment where you take more control of that this month and come back and structure your life. Think about the last time you actually did proper exercise. Think about the last time you actually really committed to eating properly, or really taking your diet very, very seriously so that your health improves. So it seems that that's a moment where you rethink all of those things in order to work better, in order for them to work better for you so that your health improves. You know, I was coughing there and a card just fell on the floor. Hold on, Pisces, I have to get that. It's the 7 of Cups. I was coughing there. Now, I don't always attribute everything that I do, say, oh, I coughed, therefore you must have a cough. That's bullshit. But I am going to come back to that. And it's not so much a cough, but anxiety. It's just that feeling of high tension a little bit. Maybe you can work some of that off. And maybe if you can, then try to get outside, try to breathe some fresh air and get your body moving if you can, Pisces. It'll pay off, it really will. It'll relieve some tension here inside of you, some inner tension. So that's gorgeous. Now, let's talk about the other things. You have Venus going into your 8th house. Now, this is going to be a bit of a thing because Venus is kind of moving around here for the month, doing different things. This is the 8th house is a lot to do with, okay, deep transformation, purging things and things that are very intimate and very sexual. You may feel that you are going through a month where you really feel that that you can be greatly transformed through love making, and getting very, very intimate with somebody and exploring that intimacy with somebody. It's just that energy of everything that's happened at the lunar eclipse. It needs to come out. Now, sure, it can come out through service to other people, helping out with humanitarian things or things that we've spoken about. But it can also come out for you with a partner, with somebody who allows you to be deep and intimate, both physically and psychologically, where you can share some very taboo things about each other, where you can go deeper on a subject with somebody, where you can flow on a very, 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 it's a very, how would you say it? It's almost like a psychic level with somebody, and you will work out a lot of this tension with a partner, with somebody else. I don't know, it's a kind of a primal thing inside you now, desiring to release your body and allow it to be transformed through deep, deep, deep intimacy. And again, it may not necessarily have to be sexual, but it must be very deep subjects that you're talking about. It must be very secret things, very hidden things, maybe things that you need to really investigate with another person, to go deep, deep, deep into a subject with another person. That's going to flow so easily for you this month. And if it is a question where you're looking for that intimacy with a new person or with your existing partner, that will come, and encourage it and allow it to flow, allow it to happen, because a transformation comes from it for both of you, it seems. In terms of those who are in a relationship, your partner may have been experiencing a little bit of trouble financially, or a little bit of concern or worry, and your know-how may be able to get them out of that. Your ability to make money perhaps may get them out of a little bit of a weird and tricky time for them. So that's a very nice energy, very nice. Lots going on. I'm waiting on 2 cards, Pisces. I'm sorry, I wait for the cards. This is why my videos are long. I could just throw them out, blah, 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 blah. I don't do that because I need to engage with your energies and really let you choose the cards. So let us wait then. And there they are, the last 2 cards. Thanks, Pisces. Thanks for that. Oh, it's 3 cards actually. So the 8 of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the last card, the Empress, Venus. Now, Venus is doing a lot of interesting things for you this month, and like I said, it's to do with sensuality, sexuality, going deeper, deeper, deeper into subjects, even taboo subjects. If some of you really need to investigate something on a very deep level, this is the month, it's the month. Around the 8th of August, Venus and Mars, again, it's this thing of working out the things that we've talking about through sexuality, through sensuality, through going deeper, working out some real deep psychological things. Venus then around the 10th of August does have a little bit of a problem with figures of authority that might be in a group, you know, like the leader of the pack, the leader of a group. You might come head to head with them and really challenge them. Could be with an Aquarius or a Capricorn too. You could really feel your strength and call bullshit on somebody who would be a key figure or an authority figure, even a government official. You know, you're calling the shots there, and maybe something on the internet that you see that you don't like, that you call bullshit on. We've spoken about that a little bit before. Venus then, again, your communication gets better, communicating this thing, serving others and communicating your needs now to be more healthy. So yeah, she appeared there at the end because she wanted to talk about those things. Almost 20 minutes, Pisces, taking the cards and talking about the energy. So it's time. Let's get that overview going there, and we will talk about the cards. So we begin the month of August with you feeling a little bit alone, or not that you've been left alone, but you're deliberately taking a time out. You're taking space to think about all these issues we spoke about that have come up for you, behavioural patterns, things that you hadn't seen in yourself or noticed about yourself before. And like I said, remember, Pisces, this is a wonderful thing that's happening because it's offering you a freedom from these things. So you're taking it seriously, and you're thinking now about how to regroup after everything that you've learned, how to put the pieces back together in a way that's fulfilling and beneficial now for you, my love. And even in terms of your health, you're sitting back and saying, wow, I've been filling my cups perhaps with too much of the wrong stuff. Maybe you've been filling your cups with too much wine or whatever, but or sometimes illusions, the cups can be illusions. I've been filling my cups with far too many illusions, and it's time now to see where I can fix this. But look at the card beside it. Now, you go from the Four of Cups to the Queen of Cups, the great counselor, the great attractor of nourishing, the great psychic queen, the one who is really at peace. She is at peace with all the water. So all the emotions, all the psychic undercurrents, moods and so on like that. And she is very loving, very kind and very gentle. Some say at times she's a bit gullible. So you could be reflecting back upon that, saying, they've made a fool out of me. Too many times people have actually made a fool out of me, and I've allowed it to happen. I was giving kindness and they mistook my kindness for weakness. And I just need to know how to not let that happen ever again. And you do master it, Pisces. You do figure it out. You get stronger. You become the queen of your element, the queen of water. So you go from that period of, I need to master, I need to get back, I need to master this again. It's like you got lost, Pisces. And you recognize that you got lost. And very, very quickly you come back. But you come back stronger than ever, but gentler. She's so humanitarian, she's so kind, and she's so patient. And I think really this month, that is an essence that you need to bring forward. Serving others, helping others, being kind and patient with other people, and connecting on a real soul level with people, which you always do, Pisces. But this time in a way where you're not sucked in, making boundaries, making clear lines, saying, oh, okay, I'll help you. But in order for you not to keep coming back to me with your problems, let's fix this by putting a structure in place for you. See, sometimes helping people is offering them ways to not allow something like that ever to happen again. It's wonderful to be a shoulder to cry on, but really real help comes by supporting them so that they don't always fall down. And you'll see that in yourself too, Pisces. You're going to start helping yourself more. Not be so gullible, as I said, and building support structures in your life that you don't always find yourself at rock bottom just because the wind has changed or just because the tide has gone out. So that's a wonderful, powerful thing for it to be happening for you, Pisces. Now, the High Priestess, the new moon that's happening on the 11th of August in your 6th house, saying all the things we're saying, health, structure, realizing where you may have been made a fool of before many, many times, realizing where you may have fallen for a sob story many times, where you've been gullible many times. And you're saying, why do people do this to me? I'm not actually a fool. I'm not stupid. But why do they use me? Why do they use me? Why can't they take the energy that I'm giving them and use it for something beneficial instead of going back and repeating the same shit over and over again? And the same thing applies to you. You see, she brings that wisdom now, where you are now allowed to have balance in all interactions with people and balance in your life. Now, from this deep wisdom that we've spoken about comes this balance, but comes a recognition that there is an ebb and flow like the tides that she represents and that you represent too. The ebb and flow. You give, Pisces, and you're not getting much back. There's a situation here in your life with people, maybe with partners, maybe in your work life, that you've always been the giver. Give, 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 and not getting a whole lot back. Or certainly not getting back what you would deem as an equal kind of reciprocal energy, that you're not getting it back. And that's a flaw that you now see. See, the wise one in you has shown you that that's a flaw. For everything you give, you must have the structures in place where you receive something back in return. And balance must be there. On the opposite side of things here too, Pisces, you might be faced with a moment of realization that you may have been maybe taking too much from somebody or some situation or something. And you're saying, oh man, I've really over-depended on them for emotional support or for something. I've really over-depended. I've given too much of myself away to them. It's time to put these structures in place so there's a more give and take here, where I'm more in control of how my interactions are with partners, with other people. In terms of money too, Pisces, I'm going to say there's something great is kicking off for you this month financially. You're starting a new project, I think. Something in your work is kicking off. And it's a moment where you begin to see the potential of money coming back to you. It still has a bit of a way to go. More work and effort has to go into it until the end of August. Maybe in September you really see it begin to pay off. But you've a money maker in the pipeline, and you're trying to get all the bits and pieces together to make that happen, and it will happen. But remember, Pisces, this month it's about putting all the pieces together and not to sweat it that you're not seeing the money just yet this month, because that's not how it's meant to be. You're just ticking all the right boxes, getting all the systems in place that need to happen to make it work, to bring in the coin. And time, effort and energy will bring in money. But like I said, this is the month of just the time, energy and effort. You will see the reward though, maybe at the end of the month, the very end of the month, or at the start of September. Now, the Three of Pentacles, Mars in Capricorn. And Mars does go into Capricorn on the 13th of August. It's a Mars retrograde going into your 11th house of large groups of people, social media, forums, dealing with societies, teams. And there's a moment here where you're going to be taking that seriously. Now, this could be the moment I said, didn't I say that you could be squaring off with somebody in a group or in a team or on social media? And it seems that there's a battle of wills there, but what you need to say must be said. It must come from a very honest and truthful place, a very deep place, and it must be said. So don't get knocked off if somebody from a group or a large group of people or circle of friends criticizes you, because it seems that you have very good answers. You can reply. That this might be the first moment around the 10th of August where you get to really show your power, and show it in a way that just kills it, that just silences it forever, that you come out looking angelic, but you've really hit something deep in them. It's like going in for the kill a bit, Pisces, but it's like it needs to happen. This card is also another money card. You may be getting some very good advice from somebody on how to handle a financial issue. See, you're building something and you're working hard to get your finances moving, but you may need the help and assistance of somebody who knows how to do this thing. Could be financial support or technological support, or they may just give you time and space to explain something to you that really makes you then feel that you've made something solid and sure in your life, perhaps in your work life. The money will come. It's growing. Something is growing, Pisces. You're starting something at the very beginning. You have an idea and you're now dealing with the practicalities of that idea, getting good advice, and by the mid-month you really begin to see that getting structure. The four corners, it's made, it's created, structure has been born. Mars retrograding in Capricorn structure. Yeah, structure. And the four walls that you live in, some of you may be looking at some advice about the home that you live in, maybe legal advice or professional advice in some way of how to make something about your home more solid. If there's, I don't know, maybe it could be you're going to a real estate agent and getting their advice on something. Maybe there's just something in the house that needs to be fixed, and I don't know, it's just a professional might be required to fix something or handle something within the home this month, Pisces, and that's fine. Now, here we have an energy of like the moon in Libra kind of energy, being undecided, unsure, trying to keep the peace, trying to keep the balance. So there's an element here. See, you've two cards trying to keep the peace. You're doing something in your life, Pisces, where it feels like you're walking on a tightrope. You're working towards happiness. You're working towards this real evolution of your happiness. You want all your wishes to come true. You want to be in a space where you can sit back and say, I've made it. I've done it. The thing I said I was going to do, there it is. It's out there. I've done it. But until you get to that point, which you will, you're walking a bit of a tightrope, and you're trying to please everybody, and you're trying to make everything perfect. But Pisces, what is perfect about it is what you're giving it. That's what makes it perfect. You know the saying, you can't please everybody all the time. You can't. You can't. And it only ends up making you feel like you can't move forward. Relax. Get back. Feeling something out. Whatever you're doing requires your super skill of being able to feel something out and sense the vibes. Are you doing something that deals with trends or the how something moves from month to month or year to year or season to season? Get back feeling that vibe, and don't be so worried about having to try to please everybody. And when you do, all your cups are filled. You get your wish. Wishes are coming through for you this month, Pisces, and more cups. Once the first initial thing kicks off, mid-August, end of August, once you see some positive result coming in something that it's a labour of love. Sure, you might be able to make some money from it, but it's something that you really love doing. And excuse me. Once you see that being a positive thing now in your life, you begin to see more potential. You begin to feel like him. He's stepping out of the dark. He's stepping out of the dark and into his future, into the possibilities, into what could be. You know, it's also a card of victory. Towards the end of the month, you will really feel that you've conquered all the things you begin the month with. You know, feeling a bit confused. Oh my God, I've seen something about myself and I don't like what I've seen, blah, blah, blah. Towards the end of the month, you feel, I've conquered this shit. I know what I'm supposed to do with this. I feel more emotionally stable. I feel more at home in myself. I like where I'm at. And you celebrate it. You're celebrating something, definitely. So I'll go back and say it again. Something that you have put a lot of heart and soul into, Pisces. You're showing it off. You're allowing it to be expressed. I'm not sure how you'd be showing it off. Maybe through the internet, because Saturn there is really pushing you to get things going when it comes to technology, when it comes to groups of friends, wide groups, forums, social media, whatever it is. He's pushing you to really make that happen. Not to isolate yourself so much, but to get out there and share your talents. And I think you're doing it, and you're going to really celebrate that this month. Your strength comes from revealing what you can create. You haven't had for a long time a proper platform to share things from the heart. But now you do, Pisces. And it is like a tonic for you once you do. It seems to cure all ills. No, I'm not saying it's going to cure everything. You know, it mightn't cure an ingrown toenail. Speaking of feet, actually, please take care of your feet this month. Go for that pedicure. Go to the chiropodist or the podiatrist. Go, fix those issues with your feet. But there is this issue of you being able to stand on your own 2 feet again. And you're celebrating it. You feel the flow coming back in your life. Now, towards the end of the month, you could actually be celebrating something. Champagne could be popped open. At the end of the month, Pisces, we do have the sun going into Virgo, your opposite sign. So you could be invited to a birthday party of a Virgo. So go to it and do enjoy that. Yeah, enjoy it. Maybe there might be something at that party that gives you more proof about this hidden thing that we've talked about earlier on, but we might talk about that in September. But enjoy the end of the month. Now, this is you being trapped by self-imposed prisons, okay? You're recognizing this is what it's all about this month, how you've trapped yourself. And it's not because you're an idiot. It's not. Because you're anything but, Pisces, anything but. Not much gets past you, my love. But sometimes things sneak up behind us. Sometimes things creep up behind us. And the only way we can deal with them is saying, oh, I'll deal with that later. But they always lean on us. And then we find that we go through life with this thing on our back. And then decisions get made because we're under pressure. And we don't realise why we make some of the decisions we make. And a lot of it is because of the heavy stuff we carry on our back that we haven't dealt with. But you're dealing with it. You're free. You've gotten out of your self-imposed prison. You've seen the patterns and you're free. You've broken the pattern. You've broken the matrix. And how you've done it with your element, getting back in touch with your emotions. You'll recognize how you've been given too much of yourself away to other people. And now it's, no, I'm holding my dignity here. I'm holding, if I need something, then I should have it. If it's my wish to go out there in the world and have something, then I should have it. The card of self-reflection here. Self-reflection upon how you've put yourself into some psychological prison in some way. And you're free. And once you're free, then arrives Venus, the great empress of abundance, the great empress of wealth, the great empress of seeing something coming to fruition. Something is bearing fruit. And apart from the project that you're doing, expressing yourself creatively, should I say, to a group of people, that's going to reap great benefits. Your financial little thing that you're working on and working very hard on, that will bear fruit. And certainly you will blossom. Your whole life will just seem so different from this month onwards, Pisces. You'll start to bear fruit in everything that you're doing. It's very deep, Pisces, very, very deep and very transformative, and I love it, and I really hope you run with this and not hide from it, because that's how it all got all messy in the first place, from hiding from certain truths. But here we have this at the end. We have 2 cards here, of marriages, celebrations, rejoicing, going to parties, love, something you're celebrating, a union of love or a declaration of love this month. Love could, and I know it's us tarot readers do it all the time. We say love could be coming, love could be coming. I know that's not for everybody, but this month, with the activity of Venus and with the way it's showing up in the cards, if it's something you want in your life, Pisces, then certainly new love, new passionate, deep, very physical love could come to you. Somebody that you really works on a deep level. or you could totally reignite and renew some very deep vow with your existing partner. Pisces, I love that, I really do. I'm going to leave it at that, Pisces. It's a long video, I'm sorry. I wish I knew how to shorten them, but it's just the style of reading I do, where I really do try to interact with the energies here, to try to make it clear what's going on. So because of that, the videos are long, sorry. But I'll leave it at that, as I said, Pisces. And as always, if this is the first time seeing my readings, then please subscribe and join the She-Bear community, She-Bear Tarot on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram too. And come back next month to see how all of this new transformation unfolds for you, my love. It's powerful stuff. And as always, I will leave you with all my love and a great big kiss from me to you, Pisces. Love you. Mwah.